Looking for a luxury escape just minutes from Los Angeles? This Bell Canyon home for sale isn't just another tour. It's a front row seat to a breathtaking hilltop setting in the guard-gated Bell Canyon community. Tucked away at the end of a long private driveway, this nearly 4,000 square foot retreat offers unmatched seclusion, panoramic mountain views, and a true sense of peace. In today's Bell Canyon luxury home tour, you'll step into a thoughtfully remodeled space where modern upgrades meet the tranquil charm of canyon living. Let's go check it out. So today's home tour takes us to Bell Canyon. So the home that we're actually looking at, the one that's right behind us, is 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, 3,938 square feet of living space, situated on over a 47,000 square foot lot, bigger than an acre. So Bell Canyon is actually located in Ventura County, despite the fact that the main access point is in Los Angeles County in West Hills at Valley Circle Boulevard and Bell Canyon Road. And from the guard gate, it's about 2 miles or so until you get to this house that's actually perched above the actual street that's down below. And so you have this long driveway taking you up to this home, and this home again is perched into the hillside. So we're going to show you all of that today, and there's so many great things about being here in Bell Canyon, especially if you want to be close to nature. But this community offers a lot, and we're going to talk about that today. So make sure you stay till the end of the video for that. Let's start as I am standing in the middle part of the driveway, so about halfway down to street level. This is the driveway that you will take to come up to this home. So now as we turn around and face the house, you can see the 3-car garage right there. But at the same time, if you need to park vehicles here, right, maybe you're having a lot of guests over for a large event, so you have plenty of room for an RV, a boat, recreational vehicles. Maybe you just have several other toys that you need to park out here in front. Now, obviously you have your Spanish tile roof here. One of the things I wanted to point out about this community, especially because you had houses built, some of them in the last 10 years, some of them in the last 40, 50 years, right? And so you have almost every type of design imaginable in this community. You want a Tudor home? It exists. Mediterranean style? Of course, why not? You want a country style home? For sure. You want a Spanish style home, which is kind of what we have here today? Well, that's obviously a possibility as well. We have the lush front lawn right here in front. Look how beautiful that green grass is. And of course, all these tall trees giving you privacy. And then look, mixed in there, you got the palm tree as well. So this will take us up as we come in here to take a look at this travertine flooring right there, and this will take you all the way to your front door as you get a little bit closer here. And then check this out. Look at these beautiful ornate double doors right here, black of course, and this will lead us to the inside. Through the double doors we made it, and again, this home, 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, 3,938 square feet of living space, and it's located on a 47,480 square foot lot. And the list price on this home is $2,450,000. So, this hilltop home, we're going to walk through it right now. And obviously you have the panoramic mountain views, and it's really been thoughtfully remodeled throughout. And more importantly, more than anything else, really want to showcase that to you. Now, while it is located on a really large lot, a lot of that land is not usable. A lot of it is hillside, so full disclosure there. We'll show that to you towards the end of the video. Okay, so again, we are inside right now. And so take a look at the beautiful flooring right here. You have the light color, and just the whole motif kind of gives you that mixture of Spanish and country living together. So you have two living rooms, essentially. You have one to your left right here, and both have fireplaces, and both are step-down living rooms with windows that face the front of the house. Now, a lot of times, you know, especially in older houses, you're going to see a brick fireplace. Maybe you'll see tile, you'll see marble, granite, even quartz. But I like what they did here. It gives it much more of a modern look. And yet, at the same time, look at this essentially walnut accent wall that they have over here to contrast the white. And then look at this exposed wood as your mantle right here. So I really do like how they kind of have that set up. And then take a look at the light fixture there. So again, combining, you know, essentially that Spanish style living, country style living with modern living by having a light fixture such as this. And now you can kind of see this room as we turn around and face the other way. So let's go on over to this other living room right here. So, you know, essentially, again, you have two living rooms. Maybe you want to make one more into a den, depending on how you want to have things set up. They have the plantation shutters right here because you have a step right here, and that will lead you into the front yard as there is a slider located right here. We'll turn around, and again, you can see another fireplace in this room. So this is the second fireplace. They painted the brick gray, as you can see right there. And then instead of just having something standard, look, they were able to add a little more color to it because your flooring is so incredibly light and gives it so much more character, I think, by having something that's really plain. And so they kind of really modernize it. And then what's really great here, which I thought really well thought out, is how they're able to divide up this room and the kitchen for a couple different reasons. One, you don't want to have anybody falling down, right? That's number one. And number two, you know, this way you can actually delineate the difference in between this room and the kitchen. And of course, what a great way to be able to store all of your wine right here in the middle in between this room and the kitchen. And one last thing I wanted to show you here. So you see this, remember we just showed it to you along the fireplace, underneath the fireplace, and they have that here. So instead of just putting the rest of the flooring, right, like they have over here, they were smart because on this side, which is closer to the fireplace, again, just a small detail that adds a lot of character. And something simple right here through the archway, instead of just making this all white, right, they're able to put in a little bit of color, right, and contrast it. So again, having that modern look, but also committing to that Spanish country style living. So that leads us right into our kitchen. Now this kitchen has a large island, plenty of room to put 4 stools underneath. This is a quartz countertop right here. And you'll notice that the grains and the color of the grains here in this kitchen are white with just a little bit of gray and a hint of brown. Nothing too fancy. Well, they did this beautifully because this is what we're seeing right now in remodeled homes as well as new construction homes, is you're seeing this two-tone color. And I like how they're able to incorporate black. Black doesn't always work, but here I think it does because you're gonna see that color scheme throughout the entire house, or at least most of the house. Right, so you got the black here on your island counter, your stainless steel gas cooktop right here. You have a 6-burner gas cooktop, your hood right above that, which is black. And then of course right here, look at this. So you have a combination of not only black, but as well as gold on your faucet. The handle is gold colored. This is a dual sink basin. And then of course you have your stainless steel dishwasher right here. And so here on the rest of the kitchen, the cabinetry is a light color and just a slight contrast from the flooring itself. Now to give it a little more color, because we saw so much black right there on the island with the cabinetry over there, right, look, this is the same that you saw right there in the fireplace in the room adjacent to the kitchen. And then of course, if you look back the other way, now that we're fully turned around, look at this. So everything here, right, is black. And then check this out, right? You got this built-in refrigerator right here. And of course, it's black as well. So I really like this a lot. And then now look, now you can see where we were before. And of course, you can see the fireplace over there, that same color scheme. Remember, now we're seeing on the backsplash here in the kitchen itself. So let me know what you think of this kitchen. And while you're thinking about that, you also have right here the stackable doors to be able to go outside and enjoy those panoramic mountain views to enjoy your coffee in the morning. Now, one last thing here in the kitchen, most of the appliances here are Viking. You have your Viking built-in microwave, and you have a double oven right here. So let me know again what you think of this kitchen. Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group. All right, hope you're enjoying this home tour. And if you've checked out a lot of our other home tours, right, you know that a lot of times we'll go into detail on what things cost and what are some of the best trends that we're seeing right now. So a lot of people right now on our channel are reaching out to us. Maybe they're not ready to buy right now. Maybe they're a seller right now. It's sometime in the near future. And if you are a seller, right, and you're trying to think about what you should do to your house or what modern designs, what do buyers want, definitely reach out to us for sure. Maybe you want to just know, what paint colors are in vogue right now, how much it costs to do a kitchen, how much it costs to do a bathroom, flooring, paint, etc. Maybe you want to take advantage of our Concierge Plus program. And our Concierge Plus program allows our sellers to be able to remodel or make repairs to the property at no upfront cost to them. So whatever you negotiate with our contractor, it gets deducted from your net proceeds at the close of escrow. Again, no interest charges, no upfront charges, no hidden charges. And again, it's literally whatever you negotiate with our contractor. So because we do so many of those homes and we flip homes, right? So I could tell you based on what you want to do, how much things are going to cost, or maybe you already got an estimate and you're kind of wondering, gosh, like this seems kind of high, or this doesn't seem right, or maybe it's super low and maybe it doesn't include all the things that should be on that estimate. So those are just some of the things. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. A lot of you have already on this channel. And so if you just want to ask some questions and just get some general ideas, feel free. Like, this is one of the things I love to do, is kind of help and give back. So if there's questions I can answer, let us know how we can help. All right. So before we leave the kitchen, and now we're going to continue on with the rest of the house, did want to show you this right here. So this is continuing the backsplash and the theme of black and white, and how they're able to contrast all the colors, but do it in such a tasteful way. Because here, as you go to the adjacent formal dining area, this space right here, you have your LED lights on top. They have a circular dining table. And then again, you have this walnut accent wall, which is very hip right now. You'll see it in a lot of new construction and remodeled homes. So this is something that's very popular. And then look how they're able to contrast, right? Because you have the light colored flooring, the darker accent wall, and then continuing the theme with the black, like we talked about, is you have the black sliding doors to the deck on the outside, which we'll show you towards the end of the video. And then look, like, to be able to save space and maximize space, more importantly, take a look at this space right here where you could put all your dishes and important items that you normally would have in a china cabinet right here. So this is perfect as well. And this is all built in, so you don't have to go searching on eBay for something that fits in that space. So because this is with the main area for entertaining, you are going to have your half bathroom downstairs. Remember, this home has 4.5 bathrooms. You have your vanity with the white countertop, black wall, and then look how they're basically able to contrast 3 different colored walls, right? So you have the white right here, you have a light beige, and the black. And the black, I think, is really necessary because the flooring is white and black also. And then, of course, to be able to contrast a little bit of your beige, you have the darker, right, wood on your cabinetry. And then, of course, perfectly right there, this is the gold handles and faucet. So let me know what you think of the color scheme. There's a lot going on, but I thought they did it really well and how it's able to kind of work. And then you have a nice little sitting area. Maybe you want to get a massage or just sit here and read a book right here in this little niche right here adjacent to the right of the staircase. All right, so before we go upstairs, still have a lot to show you downstairs, all right? And so that was kind of your eating area that we kind of showed you before, and they have this set up here, you know, as a formal dining area. So depending on how big of a formal dining area you need. So if you don't, like for example, in my house, I don't host a lot of big get-togethers that require a formal dining table. But if you do, you could use this space right here as your formal dining area and just kind of have that other one, you know, for your daily use. If you're not going to be sitting up at the island there in the kitchen, you know, you could use that space as your eating area and then have this as your formal dining area. But maybe you don't. Maybe you want to kind of have it used as a game room. Maybe you want to have a pool table, foosball. So just kind of giving you some ideas of how you can kind of set it up. And then check this out. Remember we were talking about Spanish style right here, this Spanish style country living. So you got this exposed beams right here, these exposed wooden beams going all the way across. And because you have that dark stain on them, this is where it really contrasts perfectly, right? This is one of the first rooms that we showed you here, that first living room to the left of the front door. So you kind of have that contrast in color, which is perfect because you got your light, and then of course you got your dark over here. And then your doors right there, your French doors to the outside are indeed black. So I like the modern light fixtures over here. The one thing I wanted to show you about this wet bar area, especially if you like to entertain, because most people, when they think of the wet bar, they typically think of, you know, those homes in the 1960s and 70s, those type of wet bars, which I find most of our clients really just detest, because most of the time you have to rip out the plumbing. The plumbing's usually no good in those homes, you know, to begin with. So most of the time you end up taking it out and maybe just putting a dry bar in there or something else. But here I find it a lot different. So maybe you needed more space right there. You know, remember in that eat-in area where they had all the black cabinetry? So if you're gonna have your formal dining area in here, you can use some of this area as well to put some of your finer china and plates. You got your quartz countertop right here. Not a lot of color in it. You don't need it because you have so many colors going on right here between the wooden accent wall, as well as you have the black backsplash over here with these modern light fixtures. And then underneath, you have the black underneath the white. So I think it's perfectly done, in my opinion, as far as color scheme. Love to hear what you guys think about that in the comments. And then taking it a step further, look how they're able to intertwine right here on the handles between the black and the gold, right? Because you have the black backsplash over here, and then of course the gold goes perfectly with the flooring and the color of the cabinetry. And then even the faucet right here and the sink, right, they have a gold color to them. So let me know how you would use this space in particular, whether it be the dining area, the wet bar, the living rooms down here. Let me know how you would be able to utilize these spaces. Okay, so downstairs, you are going to have a couple of bedrooms. And before we get to that, first, here in this hallway is the laundry room. Now, I like how they didn't go with black in every room. And here, they kind of go with that pinkish color, right? But it works because you have that country living Spanish style. And then you got your stainless steel sink basin right here. You got your cabinetry with a window that looks out to the front of the house. So let me know what you think of that room. Okay, and then this is the bathroom that's going to serve the downstairs bedroom. You have your shower enclosure with your subway white tile, and they continue it outside the shower enclosure. Your vanity right here is gonna have that light color, right? Wood, and of course the gold color right here on your faucet. Even your toilet paper holder, it has that gold color. But notice how they have the gold right here on the exterior of the shower enclosure, plus the handle of the shower enclosure, and then even the overhead shower head, as well as the hand sprayer. So very nicely done. And then in here, Smartlace, they didn't do everything black. So look how the tile, you know, it's not just your standard plain tile, right? You got some color in it. Nice to see a little bit of blue. Not everything's black. And then here, even your towel holder has that gold color. All right, so we're gonna leave this bathroom downstairs, and then right across the way is right here your first bedroom. So this is the one bedroom that's located downstairs. And then over here, you're gonna notice they have a closet for this bedroom. And then turn around, I'm gonna show you one more thing downstairs before we make our way upstairs. And that is the inside of this 3-car garage. You have access to the backyard, you have windows in the garage, even have a ceiling fan. I did notice, I haven't seen the vents, but there is a condenser unit. There's 3 condenser units on this property, and one of them was labeled for the garage. So if you maybe wanted to convert part of it into an office space, you could easily do that. All right, so let's start making our way upstairs, because you have 2 bedrooms upstairs to be able to showcase to you. Now, as we make our way to this staircase, I'm gonna step back immediately right here. I'm gonna go walk backwards to the front door. So you have this T-shaped staircase right here. And as we go up it, you have your choice of going right or left. So if we go left, we'll go left first up this staircase, right? And you're gonna have 2 bedrooms right on this side. So if you go to your left, you have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. This is the bathroom that services the 2 bedrooms on the left side. And then notice how they're able to contrast. So again, not everything is black on the walls, but look, you're able to use a different design on the flooring to bring back the black. And then that goes perfectly and complements all the gold, whether it be the light fixture, the toilet paper holder, right? And then on the countertop of the vanity, now you have some black, right? And some brownish veins to be able to contrast some of the gold from the faucet and the handles, and even the mirror and the light fixture that we showed you seconds ago. Now, again, same thing as we saw down below. You have your hand sprayer, your overhead shower head, and check this out. All right, so let me know what you think of that bathroom. Okay, so you do have 2 bedrooms up here. This is the first bedroom on that left side of the house. So this is a pretty good size right here bedroom. You can use this space where I'm kind of backing out, almost as like a little sitting area. And then you got this nice closet and of course modern light fixture. So this is a pretty decent size bedroom for sure. And then we're gonna go outside here. I want to show you this, right? So over here, right? Now you can see the Spanish tile roof. Over here, this is a balcony that services both the bedrooms on this side of the home. Now look how beautiful it is today. You're basically surrounded by nature. So I just kind of give you an idea, and we'll show you the balcony from the primary bedroom in a few moments. All right, so we're gonna go back inside now, okay? And then you have one more bedroom. You kind of saw it from the outside, and now we're gonna show it to you from the inside. And this bedroom does have its own private bath. This bathroom, look at this. So now they use a different type of tile, and I like how they're able to mix it up. Now, along here, where your vanity is that has dual sinks and dual mirrors and dual light fixtures, you have your herringbone design tile, right? And then you have a different color, this blue and white tile right here in your shower and tub enclosure with your hand sprayer and your overhead shower head too. And then I really do like how they're able to combine the tile, the blue on the tile here with the tile work that goes into the shower enclosure. So let me know what you think of this color combination. Now, this room over here also has its own walk-in closet. So That's really nice as well. So again, 2 bedrooms on this left side, and one of them is en suite, and the other one has a bathroom that services it outside the bedroom itself. So now we're walking down the stairs, and we're gonna cross over to the right side of the home, okay? And so we're gonna come over here. As you make your way to the primary bedroom, you have this walnut accent wall, which we've seen in several different points through this entire home. And then now you've made it into this incredible, stunning primary bedroom. So many things to discuss here, right? So just like we saw as we entered, they continue right with the black as well as this walnut accent wall, the combination of colors right here of a slightly darker brown with the black, right? And then you turn around and guess what? Look, you have that same design on the fireplace surround as you did before. You have the tile, but instead of white and black, they made it all black, which is great because the wood here is intertwined with that black itself. So you wouldn't want to have the white. It would just look awkward. The only thing that it would go with would be the electrical plate cover. So it would just look awkward if you did that. So then look, all the furniture, most of it is black as well, or dark colors, right? To be able to go along with the theme. And then of course you have your French doors that lead you to being able to see those panoramic views right there outside. So you have that balcony to kind of watch the world go by, so to speak, on a daily basis. All right, so we're gonna go into this walk-in closet. If I can turn on the light, and voila. A lot of times I talk about Toll Brothers as having some of the best built-ins when it comes to new construction. And I like what they did here. Very similar. It's definitely a way you could easily organize all of your stuff here in your walk-in closet. So let me know. And then, you know, even if you wanted to, you have enough room to put in something in the middle right here as well for more storage in this walk-in closet. Now we are entering the primary bathroom. So the primary bathroom, you have a soaking tub perfectly situated to be able to take advantage of those panoramic mountain views that we've alluded to so many different times, right? And step back here. And then because you have that light beige, you know, along your walls here, right? Look how they're able to contrast that with the darker cabinetry on your dual vanity, dual sinks here. Again, you have 3 mirrors here, 1, 2, and 3. It's like the Seeing Me in triple almost. Coming over here, you have your separate shower enclosure right here. And again, your overhead shower head, as well as your hand sprayer. And then look at this, the tile on the bottom there is white, which is great because notice the tile here in this bathroom. It's a darker gray, almost a light black, but it has white in it. So it makes sense that you have a soaking tub that's white, right? The walls right behind me are white, and your countertops are a white quartz countertop also. And then of course, over here, you have more white and black. So it makes sense that if you have all that white here, white would be the perfect colors to go inside your shower enclosure. And then even where your shampoo and soaps would go, look how they're able to intertwine the black and white, continuing that color scheme throughout this entire house. So let me know what you guys think of this home so far as we go into the backyard. Well, this is how you're really going to be able to enjoy this house, is being able to spend time out here on this wooden deck and enjoy these commanding views right here of the mountains. Look how lush they are right now. We're here in the springtime, so be able to enjoy all the greenery across, and just a gorgeous day all in all right here. So wonderful views right here of the hillside, and plenty of ways you can be able to enjoy this deck. You know, if you wanted to, you could even put a hot tub out here. That's something I could see a lot of people doing. But, you know, you probably wouldn't want to put any type of covered patio up here just because you would take away from the natural light. So I think most people are going to be utilizing this space as an entertainment area and essentially kind of an extension of their indoor space. And that's the beauty of living here in Southern California. Now you do have this built-in barbecue right here. Maybe you want to put in a full barbecue island right here, and you have the space to be able to do it because you got the gas line right there. Kind of zoom into that. So that's why I was saying, like, hey, if you wanted the hot tub, it would something definitely that you'd be able to kind of put up on this deck. Let me know what you guys think of this backyard. Hey guys, Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group. Let me know what you think of this home tour here in Bell Canyon. You know, here in Bell Canyon, one of the nice things is you have a private park, you have private tennis and pickleball courts, a clubhouse, just to name a few. So a ton of amenities in this community for sure. So if you want more information on this community, feel free to reach out. And then again, if you're looking to buy a home here in Southern California or in the greater Los Angeles area, reach out to us. Love to kind of show you how we get our offers accepted in today's market and kind of prep our buyers so that way when you go out there looking at homes, going through open houses, whether it be with me or with anybody else, right? This way you're gonna know what to expect during the whole process, so you're not really shocked of maybe why you didn't get your offer accepted. It's not always just price. There's a lot of other terms and conditions that really factor into whether or not your offer is going to be accepted. And then if you're looking to sell a home here, reach out to us too and let us show you kind of how we get our homes ready for sale, whether it be complimentary staging on all of our listings. Ask us about that, or again about the aforementioned Concierge Plus program, which allows you to be able to remodel or repair your home at no cost up front to make sure that you're able to get top dollar for your home. And as a result of that, what we're finding is that a lot of our sellers end up getting 3 to 4 times return. I'd say the minimum is 2 times return, and we haven't had a house go through that program that sticks on the market more than 2 weeks. So something to really consider. So have any questions about buying or selling, investing in real estate, feel free to reach out. Love to just give you information and kind of help you along and be here as any type of resource of information that we can. All right, again, I'm Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group, and we will see you on the next home tour.